In the great hall of Valhalla, Thor sat among his fellow gods, the feasting and revelry around him a stark contrast to the turmoil brewing in his mind. Reports had come from the far reaches of Midgard. A monstrous sea serpent, Jormungandr, had been wreaking havoc along the coastlines, sinking ships and terrorizing villages. As the protector of both Asgard and Midgard, Thor knew it was his duty to confront this beast. Odin, Thor addressed his father, the All-Father, I must go to Midgard and put an end to this serpent's reign of terror. Odin nodded solemnly. Go, my son. Take Mjolnir and the blessings of the gods. May your strength and courage prevail. With determination burning in his heart, Thor set off. He descended the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, landing on the rocky shores of Midgard. The sky was dark and stormy, the sea roiling with unnatural fury, a clear sign of Jormungandr's presence. Thor strode to the edge of the cliffs, scanning the horizon. He could see the massive serpent's form coiling through the waves, its scales glistening ominously. The sight filled him with a mix of awe and anger. Taking a deep breath, he raised Mjolnir high, summoning a bolt of lightning that struck the ground before him, a challenge to the beast. The sea serpent responded to the call. With a deafening roar, it rose from the depths, its massive head towering above the cliffs. Jormungandr's eyes, glowing with malevolence, locked onto Thor, and the battle began. Thor launched himself from the cliffs, Mjolnir propelling him through the air. He aimed for the serpent's head, but Jormungandr was fast. It whipped its tail, creating a wave that knocked Thor off course. He plunged into the icy water, but he quickly resurfaced, unfazed and ready for the fight. The sea churned violently as Thor and Jormungandr clashed. Thor swung Mjolnir with all his might, striking the serpent's thick scales. The force of the blows created shockwaves, but Jormungandr's hide was tough, and it took several hits to pierce it. Blood mingled with the seawater as Thor's hammer found its mark, but the serpent was far from defeated. With a roar, Jormungandr lunged at Thor, its jaws wide open. Thor dodged, narrowly avoiding the razor-sharp teeth, and countered with a powerful strike to the serpent's jaw. The blow sent Jormungandr reeling, but it quickly recovered, wrapping its massive coils around Thor, squeezing with immense pressure. Thor struggled against the crushing force, his muscles straining. He called upon his divine strength, and with a mighty effort, he broke free, shattering the serpent's grip. Enraged, he unleashed a flurry of strikes, each one landing with devastating power. The air crackled with energy as Mjolnir's enchantments amplified Thor's attacks. Jormungandr, sensing its impending defeat, dove beneath the waves, hoping to escape. But Thor was relentless. He summoned the winds and the waves, pursuing the serpent into the depths. The water around him glowed with an otherworldly light, a testament to the power he wielded. Deep beneath the surface, the battle raged on. Thor's vision adjusted to the murky depths, and he saw Jormungandr's massive form weaving through the water. With a powerful thrust, he propelled himself forward, closing the distance. He struck again and again, each blow driving the serpent closer to the edge of defeat. Finally, with one last, thunderous strike, Thor landed a blow to Jormungandr's head that sent a shockwave rippling through the water. The serpent let out a final, pained roar before going limp, its massive body sinking into the abyss. Thor, victorious but exhausted, rose to the surface, the turbulent waters calming in his wake. As Thor climbed back onto the cliffs, the storm clouds began to part, sunlight breaking through to illuminate the sea. The once raging waves were now gentle, the threat of Jormungandr eliminated. Thor stood tall, his chest heaving with exertion, but his spirit unbowed. Villagers from the nearby coast, who had watched the battle with bated breath, now approached Thor with awe and gratitude. "Hail Thor, the savior of Midgard," they cheered, their voices filled with reverence. Thor smiled, though his thoughts were already turning to the next challenge. He knew that as long as there were threats to the realms, his duty as a protector would never be complete. But for now, he would relish this victory, knowing that he had once again proven himself worthy of the title of the God of Thunder. Returning to Asgard, Thor was welcomed with celebrations and praise. Odin, watching his son with pride, spoke words of wisdom. "You have done well, Thor. Remember, it is not just your strength, but your heart that makes you a true hero." Thor nodded, understanding the deeper truth in his father's words. The battles he fought were not just against monsters and giants, but for the safety and peace of all who lived under the watchful eyes of the gods. And with Mjolnir in hand and courage in his heart, Thor knew he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead.